This is probably going to feel like one of the weirdest videos about building muscle that you could possibly find yourself watching. I'm going to be discussing a misconception that people commonly have about transforming their body through building muscle. This misconception is not a mistake or an error when it comes to the process of building muscle, like some kind of a workout mistake or some kind of a nutrition mistake. No. Rather, it's a misconception as to how people wrongfully expect their lives to change upon developing a more muscular, aesthetically pleasing physique. I don't think I'm wrong in suggesting that when most people set out to transform their physique through building muscle, they do so in order to change their lives for one reason or another. And don't get me wrong, transforming your physique through building muscle does have the potential to change your life, just not always in the way or the ways that you might expect. What I'm about to share with you is what I've learned largely from my own personal experience and understanding. I think upon sharing it with you, it will leave you with more realistic expectations as to how your life will change upon developing your physique through building muscle. And through having realistic expectations in this regard, I suspect it will leave you with the highest amount of fulfillment that you could possibly hope for throughout the process of developing your physique, and of course, through getting the results that you're hoping for. Before we get started, if you find this video to be helpful or interesting, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. I think the best place to start here is in sharing what my initial expectations were in regard to transforming my physique through muscle growth and how those expectations were or were not met. So I started lifting weights when I was very young at just 12 years old. Although at the time I would have had trouble articulating my reasons for lifting weights outside of simply, I want to build muscle to look like a superhero. In hindsight, my reasons are clear now. I wanted to get my desired results so I could have something to feel special about myself. I wanted something to set myself apart from the crowd, something to associate my identity with. And I wanted all of that to combat a deep internal insecurity that I had. That insecurity being that I had nothing within me really to feel special about. That I was just some kid completely lost in the crowd. Someone who had no idea who they were or what to associate their identity with. In hindsight, I had an expectation that if I were to build an impressive, muscular, superhero-like physique, my life would be transformed through attaining a special kind of recognition. That special recognition could perhaps best be described as having a special reputation or perhaps even a special kind of honor. And I expected that attaining all of that would fill this kind of missing piece inside of me. That piece that could make me feel whole or happy if I were to find it. Now, I know that might all sound a bit cheesy, but I want to be completely real with you. And hopefully some of you can relate. See, through attaining those expectations, I thought my life would change. Not just through how I viewed myself, but in how others viewed me and the potential perks I could accrue from that. How it would boost my ego, how it would get me special attention, how it could help me socially or eventually professionally. And I'll be honest with you, those reasons for wanting to transform my physique and the expectations that I had that were connected to them stuck with me for the vast majority of the years I've been lifting weights to meet those ends. They were the primary internal drivers for me to lift weights and eventually start competing in natural bodybuilding. Here's what happened. Over the years, I did successfully build muscle, and I built lots of it. Saying this from an attempted place of humility, I transformed my physique pretty dramatically. And yes, it did a heck of a lot of what I was hoping for. Like, it gave me something to associate my identity with. That I was not just some dude anymore, but that I was a guy with an above average muscular physique. And that did have a perceived effect on how others viewed me. leaving me with a kind of special reputation that did impact my social life. And shoot, it impacted my professional life too, since as a physique coach, my entire life does revolve around having a muscular physique after all. So on paper, all of my initial expectations were met. I got everything I set out for and that I wanted. But here's the thing. None of those things, those perks, those successfully attained goals, none of them filled that missing piece in me. Even with having accomplished everything that I wanted, and that I was even continuing to improve, there was still a big old hole inside of me. See, as I continued to build more and more muscle, I never got to a place where I thought to myself, I did it. I finally feel satisfied. I finally feel this deeper sense of meaning. Nope. As I continued to build more muscle, I just desired to attain more muscle. I was never satisfied. To many people, that sounds like a great thing. This ongoing desire to keep improving and to keep getting more and more and more muscle. It's a part of what our culture might call a growth mindset. And while ongoing self-improvement is a good thing, continuing to feel unsatisfied and without meaning is probably not. And that is what I want to share as the central misconception about building a muscular physique. From my experience, as much as it can leave you with something to associate your identity with, give you special recognition, impact your social and professional life, and more, it can't leave you with a changed life in the sense of solely giving you satisfaction, fulfillment, and meaning. It can't fill that missing piece or that void inside of you. This is something I think I felt for many years now, but have only really been able to accurately articulate for myself relatively recently. And only within the course of my latest competition season have I really wholeheartedly been able to understand this concept. Now, in sharing this, I don't want this to at all revolve around a sense of doom and gloom, because there is good news, and it's this. From what I've learned and experienced, although developing your physique through building muscle can't solely leave you with meaning, fulfillment, and satisfaction, it can be a synergistic part of it. It can massively improve your quality of life and meet an array of other goals and expectations. But here's the catch. Again, going back to that missing piece inside of me, in order for developing a muscular superhero-like physique to really positively impact your life, that piece ought to be filled. And the irony is that it can't be filled by your physique goals alone. So this begs the question, how can you fill it? Well, there will likely be many, many differing opinions on this. So I'll just preface this by saying, despite wholeheartedly believing I'm right, this is what I've learned through my own personal experience. Here it is. That piece can only be filled by something that transcends you, and something that transcends anything material for that matter. Wealth or money won't do it. Power won't do it. Fame won't do it. And anything revolving around pleasure won't do it either. A good example of this would be in pointing out that it's no secret that many of the most unhappy people in the world are ones who have dedicated their lives to attaining one or more of those material things, only to find themselves miserable. Some of the most successful, wealthy people in the world, for example, also happen to be the most unhappy, the ones who feel the worst. No, the missing piece can't be filled by anything material. So the next question is, if it can't be filled with something material, what can it be filled with? What exactly transcends the material? Good question. From what I've learned is that a good place to start is simply in aiming to build muscle, not purely for yourself, but for something outside of yourself. What better place to start than for your family, your friends, or your community? Build a muscular physique not to boost your own ego, like what I, in essence, initially aimed to do, but to become someone strong and capable for those around you, to be a good role model for your kids, to be capable for your spouse, to be reliable for your community. Shoot, through having a muscular and strong physique, your overall health will likely be in a great place too. And having good health means probably being able to be productive and service others in your other field of work to boot. From my experience, that's a good place to start. But here's what's really filled that void inside of me personally. It's through understanding my faith and centering my life not my own wants and desires, but on God instead. God, from what I've learned and experienced, is the only one that can fill that missing piece, and nothing else comes close. From what I've learned, we're made for God, and without centering ourselves on who we are made for, we have no hope in really filling that hole. And let me tell you, since figuring this out and doing my best to live in that way, I've had not only a growing sense of satisfaction and meaning envelop within me, but also an ever manifesting and growing peace of mind, which is kind of everything. So now, developing my physique through building muscle is not done for my own material desire. Rather, I'm doing it for God, or at least I'm trying to, and ultimately what I think God wants of me. And that has been the secret to finding real fulfillment, satisfaction, and meaning through developing my physique by building muscle. Not in just getting the muscular physique for myself alone or for my own pride or ego. And there you have it. I told you this was going to be a weird one. It probably didn't go where you thought it would, right? As such, I would love to know your feedback. Let me know your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to quickly let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos or Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition, and I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how it can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how it can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.